Hello, all my TWU 555 members here at Midway. Welcome back to the Quick Question Podcast. I am your host, Eric Perez. I am one of your alternate station union reps, and my co-host here is Hugo Valles. He is your safety. He's our safety rep for the station. Hugo.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone. We would like to introduce you to our guest. Our special guest is Ricardo Racoon. Welcome, Ricardo. Yeah, see, guys, he is actually a transfer in from O'Hare. All right, so all you guys that actually seen him, he came in from O'Hare, and he's actually working at Midway now, thinks it's great. And so if you see him, don't get scared. Hugo?
Yeah, I seen him running around. I think I actually...
Thanks, Hugo. Thanks for messing that up for us.
Sorry. My
Jesus
fingers
Christ.
my fingers are all over the place. Sorry. It was that damn raccoon. I think I saw him actually jacking a tug. I saw him going from the B side to the A side with it.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ.
And then,
that poor guy.
And then I think he actually took a card from one of those long cards from somebody, too. So he's being a real jerk out there.
Oh, that damn raccoon. So actually, I know everybody was freaking out saying, what are these guys doing? Because they're seeing him 2 days in a row. But there are procedures on what we have to do to get rid of it. Hugo, can you tell all our brothers and sisters out there actually what the procedures are to actually get rid of this raccoon?
You give them a sandwich and then you show them the door out.
Yeah, that's yes, just like my wife. No, I'm just kidding. No,
just
seriously,
kidding. You actually just call or please notify your leader. You could notify your leader, tell your supervisor, or just tell your manager as well. Reach out to the manager, and they will reach out to the USDA, and they'll reach out to the animal control. They take care of unwanted pests.
Are they on site or no?
USDA is actually on site, but they actually have to call animal control, which come inside. So they're outside the field. Do
you know actually what they do to try to get rid of it?
Yeah, they actually come in with traps. They set a trap. They have little. They actually do feed it. They set the food in the trap, and they'll just wait for the pest to actually wander its way in, find the food, and the trap is set. And then they take it back out into the wild or to an alley, and
probably my alley. That's probably where it goes because there's a few of them back there.
Well, they are trash pandas, so
So if they were to see it, I mean, are they going to attack or no? Is it going to attack?
It's actually more frightened than you, especially with all the machinery going on and all the stuff going on. It's probably just frightened, so I wouldn't get near it. If it comes near you, kindly step away and stay away from it. Don't try to engage it. I know, they're cuddly, and maybe you have some in your alley and you try to, pet it, but don't. Again, it's a scared animal, so it might take it as a threat, and it might start attacking you, or it might start asking for change and some sandwiches.
Yeah, something. If you're eating, just stay away from it. If you see it, just try to get away. Talk to your soup, and then. But again, they are trying to. I know some guys try to report it. Once they see it and report it, I promise you guys, they will take care of it. It's just a procedure they have to go through. I know guys are crying on Facebook. They're actually saying, "What are we doing about it?" It's while you were typing that on Facebook, I promise you, stuff was already happening. It was already being taken care of. We get on it as soon as somebody tells us, or as soon as somebody sees it. You guys just have to believe in the process. All right, so I guarantee you it'll be taken care of.
Yeah, kudos to the agent who actually reported it to the manager. He showed me what he wrote out, and I'm like, hey, man, thanks a lot. I didn't even know there was a raccoon running around until it drove past me by
there's nothing you can do. You're not in T-Point. You're not even in T-Point. So, I mean, I'm not in T-Point. I'm in local, so, I mean, I see T-Point. I don't remember seeing anything.
You're half T-Point, so.
Well, speaking of T-Point, speaking of locals, we are doing the lockbox procedures. Again, we're starting to do it, and the procedures are that once we get a locked box, we have to take it up to the BSO. So now people were wondering, what do we have to go all the way down, or so? Here's what the new process is. So actually, we do have to take it to the BSO. We do. But there were certain things that they were saying the red elevator. But the red elevator, the problem with the red elevator is if you want to use it unsecurely without a security guard there, it would only take you up. So that means you could take the lockbox up, but you just can't come back down. You got to go all the way back to the blue elevator. That's going to suck.
Do you have to go all the way to the 4th floor, though?
No. The red elevator will take you to the 1st floor.
Oh,
and
nice.
It'll go back down. Only because I don't think everyone see. I've gone out that door once or twice.
Right.
Where it takes you, it's right there by BSO. When you go out the door, then the BSO is right there.
Cool.
So that's cool, but unfortunately that once we drop it off, then we have to take ourselves all the way back to the blue elevator, then we have to walk back down, then walk all the way back to our tug, and then we got to get out of there. So now they finally came up with something better.
All right.
So now, for most of us, the one who gets delegated is probably going to be pissed, but either way, I think it's better than us, the drivers, actually having to, because depending on I know they have back-to-back flights. Right now they don't. I've been local driving for the past week. I did a couple doubles on them. They are spaced out, but they're still heavy. But it relieves them of it. So what's going to happen now is when a local driver does get a locked box, he's supposed to go downstairs and let the supervisor know, the T-point supervisor. Once he lets the T-point supervisor know, he hands it over to him. The T-point supervisor is going to delegate somebody down in T-point to take it all the way to BSO. They got to go all the way to the 4th floor, then go back down to the 1st floor and take it all the way to the BSO office. Yes, that's how the procedure. You can't meet the soup at the elevator. You have to take it all the way to the BSO. The customer, actually, that's what the customer service are saying. That's what has to be done, and that's what they want to be done. They don't want to go pick them up. I don't blame them either. But unfortunately, we have to take it all the way to the BSO. So for most of us, it's going to work great. The only one that's going to suck is for the person that's going to be delegated to take that stuff. Now, like I said, guys, like I said before in the last podcast, there's not that many that go through anyway. We're not offloading cartel planes here. Okay, I'm telling. Okay, so I'm telling you, it's just I had one throughout the whole week. This whole week I just had one. So and I think that's the only one I've heard of. So and it just so happened to be me. So that's fun.
Yay, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me. But that's just the way the new procedures are going to go. That you take it down, you let the T-point supervisor know that you have a locked box, and you give it to him, and him or her, and the supervisor will delegate someone to take it all the way to BSO. Now, I also ask you, I'm like, wait a minute, so what happens when there's a skeleton crew that had T-point? We've all been there where, all of a sudden you get 250 flights, which are coming in June.
Oh, yes.
All of a sudden, now you have nobody down there. But he assured me that we are heavily overstaffed. We are heavily overstaffed here. That was his answer. His answer was we're heavily overstaffed, so there's guaranteed somebody down there that will be delegated that won't be, that won't be affected by doing his work and then having to do this. So somebody will just be helping out, and then they'll delegate that person to go where he has to go. So I think it's as good as it's going to get. But again, we'll see once it happens. But again, it sucks for that person. But moving forward, Hugo, what do you got?
Oh, I just want to remind people, because the city have been on our ass now, when you're driving across on the surface road from B24 to the A side or vice versa, please make sure there's no aircraft turning into the taxiway or taxiing out, all right? Make sure you stop where you're supposed to stop, where it says yield, because you are supposed to yield for the aircraft, and, proceed with caution. I know there's gonna be times where you think the aircraft's gonna keep on going. Stay there until it passes up the taxiway. All right. It's been happening a lot. I had to stop someone a couple of days ago because he turned right in front of the plane as the plane was turning. Luckily for him, it was maintenance. But if it was a pilot, they would be calling for that guy.
That would be serious.
That would be serious. So we did have another incident, unfortunately, and again, there's only so much management can do for this person. There's nothing the union can do for this person because it's a rule, and it's
and you have to go abide by it.
You have to abide by it, and
so it sucks.
It does suck, but just please be careful out there. All right,
please be careful. Oh man, so moving over to me, let's see what else. I'm going to go a couple things real quick. Is the 72-hour that day cancellation. So when somebody puts in now, not bidding, if you bid for a that day or FTO, or when the that day or FTO bid is out and you're awarded, unfortunately you cannot cancel it. And once you're awarded during the bidding process, you cannot cancel it. The only time you can cancel it is when you put it through stars. When you do an individual day after the that day and the FTO day that day close. So that's the only way you can cancel it. Now you have, once you're awarded it, once you do put it in stars and are awarded it, you can only cancel it 72 hours before the day of. Now people are saying, was that a rule, that in the contract? Well, unfortunately, it's not in the contract. No, it's not. It's not in the contract. We fought this a long time ago. It's not in the contract. So they're saying, well, why can they do it? Well, there's nothing in the contract that stops them from doing it anyway. So unfortunately, we fought that. We fought that years ago when they put that rule in. We sent it down to Dallas, and unfortunately, they gave us that answer. It's a very stupid answer. I don't get it. But unfortunately, yes, there is no rule that stops them from putting that rule in. So it sucks, but unfortunately, if you want to cancel that thing, you have to put in 72 hours beforehand. It all happened. Wow. It all happened during the COVID era. People were just, we were getting mandoed left and right, and people just trying to get days off. Just trying to get their own day off. So they would put their day that's right next to their off day, and they put it in the last second, and then they would cancel it so they wouldn't get out, mandoed, and so the company just did this, and unfortunately they were able to.
Man, that's rough.
And it's rough. So, but eventually we'll probably bring it back up to where we can lower it down at least to something closer than that, because plants cancel.
Yeah,
plants cancel. So we don't know.
Stuff happens.
Stuff happens. You know what I mean? I get mad at my wife. Fuck, we ain't going nowhere no more. Sorry, we ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
I want to cancel my shit. We're done.
Yep.
No, but unfortunately, that's just what it is, though. And also, one last thing for me would be the tardy rule. Don't forget that you can call in up to your start time to be late, and it's a half a point. So if you start at 5 o'clock, you can call you wake up at 4:55, get on the horn, say you're going to be late. It's only half a point. And then from then on, you have 2 hours from the time your shift starts to get back in here, or not back into work. And then if you wake up 5 minutes after, or 5 or 10 minutes after your start time, then you still have up until half an hour after your start time to actually call in late. That's a point. That's an unreported tardy. For those of you hearing paw marks going up and down, it is Ricardo Racoon. He's walking around here. He thinks and we're not going to give him any of the mic. He's just pissing me off. So get out of here, Ricardo. See, there he goes again. Get out of here. Go back to work. Hugo, what else you got for us, man?
May 19th is the target date for gate closures for B23 and B25. So be on the lookout for a reroute on that service road. They could be putting barriers, or they could actually restripe it. They're going to tear up the concrete, and they're going to...
what are they doing?
I'm telling you. They're going to break the concrete, and they're going to put new concrete. So they're going to have a lot of heavy machinery there, and it's going to be a pain in the ass.
But why they put no concrete?
It's actually been in the works since COVID time. They did 1, 2, and 3, or I think 5. I don't remember. That was supposed to be... done right afterwards. They were actually supposed to be doing 8 through 14, but then that fell through. So now they're going to be 23, 25, and who knows when they're going to do 8 through 14. And right around the summer area.
Yeah, they picked the perfect time.
They picked perfect time.
Last 2 months, they had all 2 months, and they could wait till September where we're down flights again. But it's the city will do what the hell they want.
Yep.
They say, you know what, we want to do it when it's nice outside, not when it's cold.
That's right.
That sucks. That really sucks. So
yep.
That's going to be fun, especially for the drivers.
Yep.
I talked to Q again, and Q gave me a few things for you guys. Let's see, what do we got?
What do you have?
I have no clue. Oh, the vending machines. We're getting new vending machines, man.
That's right.
We are getting new vending machines. And it's funny because it's a grab and go. It's not your typical ones you see in the break room.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a grab and go. So that's kind of suspect, but but they're bringing. He says it's a really nice. So if you guys haven't already seen your survey that Q has sent you in your email. In that, I've already done the survey. In that, he wants to know what you guys want in there. So there's a bunch of stuff, there's a bunch of stuff in there,
really?
like sandwiches, like subs, like if you meals, they have everything, and they want to know what you want in these things. So please look at your emails. It's from Quentin. And take the survey to find out what you guys want in these vending machines.
I want pot roast and mashed potatoes.
There's pot roast and mashed potatoes in there.
Holy crap!
And I'm not shitting you. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Hell yeah!
I can't. I just started. I didn't really look through all of it. I just looked for the main stuff that I like. But I just started putting random shit in there.
Maybe you could throw in some tinga for Hispanic folks.
Do you like a pinga?
No, not pinga. That's what you put in your mouth. I'm asking for tinga.
Oh, okay.
Don't get that confused.
We that always gets me.
Stop that.
So again, everyone, make sure you check your surveys to actually find out what they're going to put in these vending machines. Let's see. Also, new lockers. New lockers are coming finally. Yes.
Finally, they're doing it.
They're coming. So, well, Quentin is going to meet with. He's going to have a meeting with them to find out exactly what date they're going to start. The lockers look just like the ones you see in the A-side locker room, not the ones that are outside in the hallway. The ones that are in the A-side locker room.
God.
Yeah, those are the half ones, half and half.
Yeah.
They're a little deeper and wider than the ones you have in the break rooms. I mean, the locker rooms now.
Hello.
They're just they're just half and half. So I mean, look, I know some guys are going to be uncomfortable with it, but these, everyone needs lockers. Everyone, it sucks. I have my locker. If I didn't have my locker, it would suck. I got my rain gear. I got my knee pads. I want to put all my stuff away. I know these guys, I really been, I feel sorry for these guys who haven't had lockers and, they don't have stuff to put their raincoats and their stuff in. It sucks. But once these come, hopefully it'll relieve a lot of that stress and pressure off these guys. See, what else did he say? He is pushing in. Q said he's going to be pushing L up. They're going to be pushing L up a lot. They're pushing L up the day of. I've already seen a lot of, I've seen Lupe on, he's sending emails saying there's L up for the day of. And it's crazy to send you guys home. It's funny because they're hiring 120 people. And that's what I ask you. That's what I ask you because, that's not his call. He just says that they're planning for October, November, December already. So that's why you're going to see 120 people here. So. We'll see how that works out.
Well, you know how it is. It's like a revolving door out there, so.
Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous.
It is like a merry-go-round.
Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is. If you're hiring, I guess it's more job security for us here at Midway. And we should be. I'm blessed to actually be able to compare to what's going on around the system, especially.
Especially.
It is kind of scary.
It is.
We were here when I'm telling you, folks. Like when I first started, ATA ruled this airport. It ruled it, so I thought Southwest and ATA were going to go at it forever.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just started seeing ATA just fade away. Yeah. So, I mean, it can happen to us. Mm-hmm. It can happen to us, so it's scary. So, I just, if that's if they're hiring, then, hey, cool, let them hire.
Remember that day, though, when they came into work?
Yeah.
They shut the door.
They shut the door, and that was rough, man. That was...
Ouch.
That was sad to see. It really was. And,
well, luckily we retained some of those folks.
A lot of those guys did come here, so that's pretty good. But I remember working those planes. Remember those gas planes that made us work?
Oh yeah.
That monster.
I liked the magic carpet. That was fun.
Yeah, it worked.
It
worked.
True.
Yeah.
And then they took it out because I want this too heavy. So.
Yeah, isn't that the Southwest took those out?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? These guys can do it by themselves.
We got sliders. Get in there.
Sliders.
Oh my God.
That was just rough, man. So Q also wanted me to congratulate you guys because we all know that they have the first bag scan. The first bag has to be scanned 3 minutes after the brakes are set.
Wow.
And Midway has been doing great. They actually, aside from maybe a couple other stations, they've exceeded their goal. I think their goal was at 55%, and I think that's where they hit 56%.
Nice.
So I mean, it's still, it's low, but it's for a goal for them to meet their goal and expectation. Hey, you know what? They said thank you. They said thanks a lot. I mean, you guys are really trying out there, so it's good. And I mean, 3 minutes. Holy cow!
Yeah, I know.
3 minutes to scan the first bag.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, if the runners are there and they're willing to actually pull up the belt loaders, yeah, I could see it happening. But like,
can I just open up the bin door and just scan the first tag?
And don't do them the favor.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? No, if you do that, then I'll be like, oh, you guys did it in 30 seconds. Why can't you do it anymore?
Well, maybe we'll get more pizza. I don't know.
No.
No.
Although I did like the barbecue. Hopefully they have a barbecue for the station of the year that's coming.
All right.
So, but it's if. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, I got not much left. I think that's it for Q's part. I think we are meeting again. That meeting I did talk about in the last podcast. The meeting with the station, with the managers, to improve, communication and relationships with the agents and managers and the soups. Oh, Jesus Christ! Is that Ricardo again?
I thought it was your stomach.
No, that's that too. But probably Ricardo around here somewhere doing some shit. But get out of here. But Hugo, anything else for us? Nothing, huh?
Not really. I really didn't come in prepared.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Well, still, that's good enough time. Like I said, we're only doing like 20 to 30 minutes, but let's see.
I woke up. I feel fresh. Not like last time where I was really tired.
Any recommendation on a new show for these guys?
White Lotus. White Lotus is actually in its third season, and I watched all 3 seasons. That's actually a pretty good show.
You're not the first guy that's actually told me about that show. So a few ways actually talked to me about that one.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get it on. The one I've been looking on is Dark Matter. It's an Apple TV show. It's actually a really good show. So
I still got to watch that, man.
It's really good. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but if you have Apple TV or if you have the Superbox, I would definitely check out Dark Matter. on Apple TV. Any movies for these guys before we get out of here, buddy?
Dude, I just watched Working Man.
How is that one?
It's well, you know me. I just like Jason Statham just kicking ass. It was all over the place. Like, man, this is awesome. I didn't even know what the movie was about, but he's just kicking ass. So
I'm not. I don't really
Pretty
watch.
good.
I don't really watch that many movies. I watch a lot of TV shows, but the last movie I actually watched was Conclave with my guy who played Voldemort.
oh, that's right. I
yeah.
watched Conclave.
Yeah, I can't
Very
think of his name.
interesting.
What the hell is his name?
Who's that guy?
Yeah, that guy who played Voldemort. I can't think of his name. I really can't. I don't know why, and I love that movie. But anyways, it's basically about a murder. The Pope was passed away, and the Pope passed away, and actually they find out that he was actually murdered, and it was actually a good story. Not that much, actually, a lot of talking, but actually it was.
Right.
I thought it was really, really good.
But it was very well written and very actors are in there are pretty good too. So
Yeah, that's good. So everyone, again, that's our show. That's for this episode. I want to thank you again for listening. Again, we're trying to keep it really short for you guys. So again, keep tuning in every week. We're gonna have new information for you guys every week, and then more safety stuff, and then more union stuff, and then of course anything more updates from Q and the new lockers again coming up soon. So again, Hugo, what the hell's taking so long
for what?
to end this? Where the hell is the music?
Oh, because you're supposed to bring it over to me so I could sign off.
Oh.
And you never did.
Oh, sorry. Well, again, Hugo.
All right. This has been the quick question. This has been the Big Head and Camel, and we are signing off.